Hello and welcome to another fun-filled week in the life of St Peter the Apostle High School.
This week we are cooking up a storm with our home economics department, looking at novel visits to the school, show you some bright bulbs from biology, draw your attention to a competition and talk some trash with our club of the week.
They really do get worse every week. Okay, so first we visit home economics where the pupils just roll with it.
The higher health and food technology pupils attended a visit at Morton's Rolls factory as part of the work they were doing in class on a food product development. They were shown around the production lines and were given the opportunity of decorating their own Empire biscuits. The wonderful staff at Morton's took the time to answer questions from the pupils, and at the end of the visit, pupils were given a goodie bag filled with rolls, cakes and potato scones. As well as all this, the school was given a box full of brand new books for our school library. Thanks Morton's Rolls.
The FutureChef 2015 school heats were on the menu recently in the home economics department. The pupils had to come up with a hot main course for 2 people within a £5 budget and to be made and served within an hour.
The pupils came up with the recipes on their own and had to calculate the cost of each ingredient to make sure they were within budget. The standard was extremely high, but the winning pupil was Cara Cusick in S3. Cara will now attend the local finals to be held in the City of Glasgow College in January. Good luck, Cara, but I still wouldn't trust you to cook for me.
2 important authors were booked to see our pupils over the last 2 weeks. The writer Jonathan Meyers visited St Peter the Apostle High School on Friday the 14th of November to talk to some S1 pupils. Jonathan has been an actor, a stand-up comedian as well as a writer, and their assembly hall was filled with laughter. Jonathan has written lots of books, however his most famous is a series of books called The World of Norm. It features a teenager called Norm who feels like he is always blamed for things that are not his fault. A bit like this script.
Following this visit, we welcomed award-winning author Kathy McPhail into the school to visit some of our S2 pupils. We sent a reporter, Ailith Allen, to catch up with the famous author.
Hi, I'm Ailith Allen and I'm here with Kathy McPhail, who has published over 20 novels dealing with gangs to bullies. So, what made you want to become an author?
I think it's because I loved reading. Ever since I was a wee girl, I loved reading, but whenever I'd read a story, I would always want to change something, you know. So I think really that was me learning about writing my own books, writing my own stories, so I would put it all down to reading. I still love reading and I still read a story and think, what if that hadn't happened? Or what if that had happened, you know?
I'm the same. And who was your favourite author?
Well, when I was growing up, when I was in primary, it was undoubtedly Louisa May Alcott, because she wrote Little Women, Good Wives, Little Men and Jo's Boys, and they were my 4 books about 4 sisters, and one of them wanted to be a writer and I wanted to be a writer and I was one of 4 sisters, so I loved Louisa May Alcott, but I also read so many other wonderful authors as well.
So your first book was Run Zan Run?
Run Zan Run.
And what inspires you to write that book?
Inspire might be the wrong word. Fired up with anger. It was because my daughter Katie had gone to high school, and one night she was going along to the school youth club, which was just a couple of blocks from our house, and on the way there she was grabbed by a gang who were in the school, boys and girls a lot older than Katie, and they had dragged her off to this isolated railway bridge. They assaulted her, they stood her up on the wall of this bridge, and they threatened to throw Katie over the bridge, and it was looking down to a sheer drop onto an old broken railway track. Katie managed to get away from them, but even as she was running away, they were shouting after her, you tell anybody about this and you're dead. And after that, that's when the bullying started. She had a terrible time at school, couldn't walk along a corridor, couldn't get out the school gates. They were always after it. It affected the whole family. It was an absolutely awful time. I wanted to take Katie out of the school, put her in another school. She wouldn't go. She wanted to stay in her own school, but I knew how miserable she was. And I thought, I'm going to write a book about this. I'm going to write a book and I'm going to put everything that's happened to Katie into this book. But I also knew I wanted to write a page turner. I wanted to write a rattling good story. You know, all the things I'd learned through reading I wanted to have in the book. And the book I wrote was Run Zan Run.
I've read the book and it's a really good book.
Oh, thank you.
It's a really good book. We read it in the school. It's really
I really appreciate that, because that's what I wanted. I wanted no other people to read it and maybe understand what Katie was going through, but also read a really good story as well. So I appreciate that, thank you.
And do you think kids nowadays read enough?
Well, I know everybody says that they don't and it's really hard, but I think they read probably. No, I'm thinking about me when I was in primary school, and we didn't have discussions about books. I did with my close friends because we loved books, but the way I see, you know, books, there's so many books for teenagers, so many books that we actually didn't have when I was growing up. So, I don't know, I think there's an awful lot of people read. What do you think? Do you think that we read enough?
All the time, but a lot of my friends just say I don't read. But because especially with the Hunger Games example, everyone's seen it, but not many people have read it.
I've seen it and I've not read it.
The books are the best. The books are better than the movie.
You know why I've not read them? I love the films. It's because I'm not really keen on that fantasy kind of, you know, book.
Kind of sci-fi.
I've not read any of the Harry Potters. I know. Shock horror. And you are watching Apostle on Air with Kathy McPhail. Thank you.
Our biology department recently had the opportunity to plant some bulbs outside with S3 pupils. The pupils really blossomed during the activity. Oh, come on. The bulbs were left over from an S1 project and the pupils really enjoyed the outdoor learning.
Now an exciting opportunity in the Art and Design department. Miss Smith is about to launch a drawing competition for S1 and S2, where the monthly winner will receive a special prize and have their artwork featured in the art department's website.
Before she launches the competition, she would like to hear from S1 and S2 pupils on what they like to draw. Mrs. Smith has created a short 5-question survey which can be accessed either through the main website under Art, Design and Photography department link, or from our own website, The Red Block, at www.theredblock.org. Take the survey today and don't dally. Okay, officially quit now.
It's come to that time of year again.
Bad joke week.
No, we're on the countdown to Christmas, and what better way to get ready for the jolly man in the red suit than by attending our Christmas concert.
The concert will take place on Wednesday the 10th of December in the Assembly Hall from 7 till 8. Tickets cost £3, adult and £1 concession or a child. They can be purchased prior to the event from the school office or music department and on the evening at the door. 2
of our second year pupils were aiming high last week.
That's right, both Yasmin Boyce and Yasmin Bennett were on cloud 9. Yasmin Boyce is rewarded for her performance in girls football. She won a gold medal playing for Celtic Girls. And Yasmin Bennett was rewarded for her performance with the CMS Hairspray.
It's now time for Club of the Week.
Club of the Week!
This week we are featuring our Eco Skills Club. Let's find out more about how they work to reduce our impact on the environment.
Hi, my name is Christopher Jones and I'm Deputy of the Eco Committee. What the Eco Committee does is we collect the bags every 2 weeks, and we also help out with fair trade, and we have meetings, and one of my roles is to organise the meetings and tell when it is and help Mrs Murray with the board which is behind me. What you can put in the bag is plastics, mainly paper, but we're going to have a talk as well as what other things you can put in the blue bags, and yeah.
We gotta learn to reduce. And if your brother or your sister's got some cool clothes, you could try them on before you buy some more of those reuse.
I'm also in the Eco Committee. In the Eco Committee, what I do is help Christopher, and I collect in the blue bags, and sometimes I help write stuff in the jotters, and I also help make the timetable. And if you're in the Eco Committee, you get these badges. If you're in it 2 weeks, and basically with this you get to collect the blue bags. If you don't have it, then you can't. And Miss Murray was the one that got these. Quite cool.
Yeah, my name's Alex, and I joined the Eco Committee because I like to help schools become more equal.
We would like any young people and even older people and seniors to join. It would be a great way to get the green flag, which we're hoping to get by the end of the year. And also you get different privileges with the badge, and that helps you out for what you
If the first 2 R's don't work out, and if you gotta make some trash, well don't throw it out. Recycle. We gotta learn to recycle. We gotta learn to reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Because 3, it's a magic number. Yes it is. It's a magic.
The Eco Skills Committee meet on Wednesday lunchtimes and are responsible for our blue recycling bags, which can be found in classrooms across the school. For more information, see Mrs. Murray. No puns here. Excellent stuff. Let us skip past the Eco Skills as we have been running out of time. These jokes are absolute rubbish.
That's all we have time for this week.
Tune in next time for another Apostle Watch News Bite. The Future Chef 2015 school heats were on the menu recently in the Home Economics Department. The pupils had to come up with hot main courses for... You set me off there, I cannot.
Following the...
Please help us.
Oh my god.
And now they just go back to normal.
She just made a little documentary. Yeah, I just filmed that. It's going to be online, you guys. Following this visit, we welcomed award-winning author Cathy McPhail. I'm sorry. It's now time for Club of the Week.
This week we are featuring our Eco Schools Club.
That's still me.
Got it.
That's all we have time for this week.
Tune in next time for another Apostle Watch News Bite.
You need to kind of see you.
That's so fun.
When you get to this end,
Dancing to
you
the
need to kind of
end.
lean a bit because your head's like half off. No. Yeah, it's fine.
Where is it? Where?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
That's on camera. That's totally going in the outtakes.